So when I'm doing these reviews, these new ones I've done recently, I've been learning that some of my camera work isn't the best at the minute. Like the 2018 review, I had the phone flipped that way, and it kind of gave borders, which, I made the best of that situation. But I'm still trying to figure out the best way for this to go and the best way to do the camera angle work and stuff like that. I noticed in the Lyo Kaiser review that when I brought the camera down, because the lens was at the bottom when I had my phone flipped, it was kind of like looking up. So for this, I've got the phone flipped the other way and the lens is at the top. However, I might just keep the camera static and work through that and keep it that way. Anyway, it's trial and error. It's a new format for me. I will say with some of these Combiner Wars reviews that because when I've collected most of these, I lived in the old place, which was just a one-room bedsit, and all the weapons kind of got put in a bag, bar the fists, the hand feet things, because obviously hands and feet needed them. The rest of the weapons they've got lost in the shuffle, so I don't know off the top of my head where they are right now. Also, can't remember for the life of me what goes with who. So, a lot of these won't have their weapons with them. Just figured I should point that out in advance. But, most of the weapons are just generic guns. I don't really see much of an issue with it. Anyway, Mike here, Dezaras Prime. Hello. Back with another Combiners review, and today we're talking about Prowl. I think I've covered this mold in the Streetwise review. My Protector Bots and Defensor review is on my Dezaras Prime Plus One channel. It's, about 5 or 6 views, but it was fun when I did it. And I don't know why, but I'm really quite enamoured with this figure. I'd say it's cut from the same cloth as Streetwise, and there are probably others that have this mould as well. I'm pretty sure there will be. Is he easily accessible? I think one of the reasons I like this toy so much, it's not just because it's a decent toy, because it is a very good toy. I like it a lot as a toy in and of itself, especially the Prowl version. But I think it's because the only other Prowl I've got is the Universe one, and that hasn't aged well. It's some of the plastic isn't great. It's starting to yellow and fracture and stuff like that. So it's nice to have a good, healthy Prowl. And he just looks really nice in these Prowl colours. The head's on point. As you can see, let's let that focus. There we go. It's a beautiful fucking head sculpt with the red horns and the silver face. And they do that good thing with this particular mold with the chest of having an extra panel that covers most of the combiner port. Still a little bit at the bottom, but abs, Prowl's got them. And all in all, it's a really nice figure. It's a really good representation of Prowl. I don't even mind that it doesn't have the wings, because the wings were the issue on the Universe Prowl, where it started to become an issue over time. Here's the thing with the new camera setup. I'm left-handed, and so I keep automatically aiming that way. Like I said, I'm strangely enamoured with this. Not in the Star Saber's enamoured with Earth kind of way, but like I said, it's good to have a nice, functional, healthy baby Prowl. And you've got the blue shins, and I love the like the ridges on the shins, And just the overall detail of this figure is really nice. It's definitely one of my favourite of the Combiner Wars limbs overall. It's a little bit scary with the hood. Getting that down, it can feel like it doesn't want to move, and that can be quite terrifying. I had the same problem with Streetwise as well. But all in all, it's just definitely one of my favourites. And yeah, I can't gush about it enough. Some more details I'll point out when we get to the vehicle mode, which we'll get to soon. Points of articulation, he has full 360 on the shoulders. Goes up and down like that. Elbow, he has upper arm swivel, which doesn't look as clean as some of the other ones, because, you know, it's just the way the toy structured, where these are the sides of the car, so it doesn't look as clean as, say, Skyhawk and Hellbat's upper arm swivel. Move. Elbow goes up there. Some wrist articulation, like in and out, but that's mainly for transformation purposes. His you can bring his shoulders down a little bit, so you can give him a little bit of a shrug. Head, I believe, is on a ball joint. That has a full... It can go 360, were it not for this stuff in the way, but, you know, fair enough. As you probably just saw there, he has waist swivel. Most limbs do, or all limbs do, so you can arrange it accordingly for the limb. Legs go out at a good range there. He has the thigh swivel and a knee swivel, a knee bend as well. No foot swivel because he barely has feet, they're just blocks. But again, not going to complain. So yeah, his robot mode is fantastic. I fucking love it. I don't even care about the kibble on the back. There's a bit of a backpack there. Doesn't bother me because from the front he just looks beautiful. And that's pretty much all I can say about it. I'm gonna pause it there and cut to the vehicle mode. Prowl's transformation and his vehicle mode is best described as simple but effective. It's just, it really evokes otherworldly police car. You could believe it's a Cybertronian police car because it doesn't, to me, look like a car of Earth origin. It's really, the transformation is, like I said, it's simple, but it works and it's fun, and it's just the way it all goes together. And on the underside, all you can really see evidence of the robot is the combiner port, which, you know, is, and hips. Hips don't lie, they don't hide either. Robot and vehicle, this toy succeeds for me. Couple of bits of detailing. What, the lights? I'd assume they're the lights, but they're done in silver with engraving in it. Got the Autobot symbol on the hood, bonnet, and you've even got like the grip thing that, you know, you see on Barricade, which is really cool. You've got the lights, police lights on the top, and the windows, they're painted, which I don't mind because I like translucent windows, but sometimes it can be a bit of a pain, especially when you see all the fucking robot parts and shit inside. It can be a bit messy. At the back, not a lot to shout about at the back, although I do like how the combiner port makes for a nice Batmobile-esque exhaust. The wheels, they roll well enough. He goes brum brum really well. I love this toy so much, and considering I've got smoke screen as well, streetwise, I think one of the Stunticons might be this mold. So, there's a lot of this going around. It's one of those ones where I can happily say give me more, because this mold is a really good fucking figure. One of the best, in my opinion, and one of the, especially as Prowl, it really succeeds as Prowl, I feel. Anyway, let's get to the limbs. Okay, so as a leg, it's yeah, it's that. It's not the best, but as legs, none of them, they're always going to have their issues with being a combiner limb. It's a superb robot mode, an excellent car mode, something I had to give somewhere, and it comes in a limb mode. But again, that's the same with all of them, even if they don't have superb other modes. The thing with this is, I mean, you can have it down like that, which from the front looks okay, I guess. I tend to have it up a little bit like that to give it some sort of, like a bit of a kick pad kind of vibe to go over. It kind of, I don't know whether it looks better or not. It's, it's your choice. It's up to you. I won't judge. Well, yeah, that's his leg mode. Like I've said this before with the Lyo Kaiser one, there's really not a lot to say, excuse me, about the limbs, because you can't really judge until it's on a torso, and I do the torsos last. Although I think with Defensor I did the torso first. Anyway, let's get to the arm. Okay, so that's how I have Prowl's arm. It's an arm, innit? I say that a lot. Although I like this part. It gives off a nice shoulder pad type vibe. Again, like the kick pad thing. I don't know how other people have their arms, but it's like I said with the other limbs in other reviews, that it's open to interpretation. You can, as long as you've got the core tab, arm bit, and the hand, then you can fiddle around with the rest of it however you want it. I mean, that could go that way. For example, I prefer to have it down, just wouldn't stick out as much. It's quite funny, due to the nature of the leg transformation, it's quite hollow inside, so it kind of looks like he's wearing Prowl as a sleeve, as opposed to Prowl being an actual arm. I just find that a little bit funny, but it's the way the transformation works for his vehicle mode, so I'm not going to complain too much about that. It's just a little amusing thing for me. So yeah, that pretty much covers Combiner Wars Prowl. It's a toy that I really like. Its robot mode and its vehicle mode are both excellent in my opinion. I like them a lot. Limbs, well, they're standard limbs. There's nothing really special about the limb modes. So it's kind of standard in that way. There's nothing to write home about. Oh, he looks alright as a leg. He looks alright as an arm. It's simple. They all do. Except the torsos. They look shit as arm and legs. What a joke, by the way. Yeah, so that does it for Combiner Wars Prowl. I will be back next with, I believe, Ironhide. I'm going through the Optimus Maximus ones next. I'm doing a little break from teams, trying to mix it up a little bit. So we've had the Protector bots, we've had the Breast Force, the Lyo Kaiser team. I'm going with a few ones that weren't really assigned specifically to any particular team. apart from when the situation called for it, like the comics or the series or the back of the toy box. Prowl, Mirage, Sunstreak, Reinhide, and then Optimus Prime will be my next ones. And then I believe I have Hound, Trailbreaker, Smokescreen, and who's t'other one? I see you over there. Wheeljack. And then I will be using, because I don't have Computron, so I will be using, but I do have Scattershot. He was in the local shop for absolutely fucking ages. No one bought him. He went down to $12.99. I was like, yeah, I'll buy him. And on the back it said, sorry, his combined form was Betatron, and he could go with any of these guys. I think the official guys are Hound and company. So I don't have Computron, but I have Scattershot. There are still a few Combiner Wars teams I wouldn't mind getting, like a full Computron, Victorion. There's a couple of Combiner Wars teams I wouldn't mind getting, because I've got pretty much the rest of them. I haven't got Galvatronus, or Galvatrona. The Galvatronus is Cyclonus, isn't it? The woman Galvatron. Well, yeah, anyway, I've rambled on for long enough. I've been Dezaras Prime. I'll be back with another review soon. You shall see me next time.